Hey guys, Andrei from CFX Films here, and this week's video is another Face Behind the Screen. And this week's topic is whether or not you should make your game free. So let's jump right into it. It seems very common for developers, or young developers I should say, actually probably some older developers too, but a lot of teenagers, so around my age, a lot of other developers that I talk to online and in person all have very similar thoughts and ambitions for game development. A lot of that is, and most of it comes down to making a lot of money. But should you make your game free? And that question really comes down to, would somebody pay for your game over someone else's? And by that I mean, would somebody pay $5 or $10 for your game that probably won't have that much content and isn't as polished because you don't have that much experience, or pay $10 for a AAA game on Steam that costs millions of dollars to make but is cram-packed with loads of content and has multiplayer and has all these other cool features? Seems like a hard choice, right? Yeah, so you get my point. I am going to tell you a little story. So for a while, I did this. My mentality was I want to make a game and I want to sell it. I want to make money off of my game. Well, I didn't, I thought, yeah, people will buy my game. One, I didn't really understand marketing. That wasn't really a big thing in my head. I wasn't really sure how that worked, how the, news coverage and all that worked. Advertising. And what happened was I would post several of my games, which I thought were great at the time. I believe I made them in FPS Creator. If you don't know what that is. Yeah, not the greatest, most flexible game engine out there, but it does what it's designed to do, to make FPSs. It creates FPSs. But what happened was I would post my games on my website. One, nobody knew about the website. So I shared it, with people I knew, hoping that people would share with their friends. You know how many copies I sold? Actually, it wasn't that bad. I sold, let's see, 0 copies. Yeah. So it didn't really work out well. And, it really got me thinking. Once I started posting my games online for free, like on different websites like Game Jolt. So I have Dead Lab, Night Shift, Elite Force, my paint simulator that it was like an alpha game. It was just a little prototype I was working on. I may have another one on there. I don't think so. Probably one of my older games. Before I started uploading games on there, that was my mentality about trying to sell the games. And then after I discovered Game Jolt, started posting my games for free. Actually, before that, I mean, the reason why I chose Game Jolt was because I understood this concept now. And that concept is that if you sell your game, let's say for $5, how many people are going to pay for that over a game that's free? Think about it. $5 is not that much, but would you rather play a free game or pay $5? Most people pick the free game unless the $5 game was amazing and looked substantially better. So what this means, or what this meant to me was, I tried to experiment with this. I thought, well, what if I just made my game free? So Dead Lab, I was going to sell Dead Lab. And I thought about it and I was like, that would probably happen to, what happened to my older games. It might happen to Dead Lab too. So would I rather want to make, a few dollars off of it, or have a whole bunch of people play it for free, spread the word, share it with their friends, make YouTube videos about it? Well, I tried that. I posted Dead Lab and PewDiePie played it. Markiplier played it. A whole bunch of other famous YouTubers play it. I got over like 120,000 downloads within, it was 100,000 downloads overnight. And then the rest were, just over the weeks past that. There's over 500 gameplay videos about it now on YouTube. And honestly, I'm still blown away by that. That would not have happened if it was free. People, it's a short game. Why do I want to sell it? I would rather have people actually playing it and giving me feedback that I can take and improve my skills and making better games in the future. So, I mean, it kind of seems like a pretty easy decision to me to not sell my games now, because I'd rather gain the experience and learn how to make games the best I possibly can and get really good at it before I actually start selling games. And I'm at the point now where I am thinking about selling games again. I mean, hopefully I can make, something off of them. Nothing that I have right now I'm selling, because, I don't believe that they were designed to be sold. So, like, Elite Force is a free game. There's nothing in there that I would say that would make me want to, market it. I mean, it's a free game. It's fun. It's good for feedback, and it gets the job done. But anything else I'll be working on for something like Steam, that obviously is I'm going to be selling that. But again, it wouldn't be expensive because it would be cheap. That's the, why would I want to sell something for $20 on Steam when there's a lot of other $20 games on Steam that are really good? Yes, there's a lot of games on Steam that are really bad. You probably know what they are if you're following gaming news, even the slightest. You've probably heard of them. I'm not going to call any out now. I'm not one to criticize another indie game, just flat out saying that there is nothing redeemable about the game, because I believe that every indie game has something redeemable. If it's not a lesson, it's either some cool feature, and if it's a completely generic game, it's usually a lesson that comes out of that, or understanding a little bit better about why I didn't enjoy it, or I try to get something out of every game I play. Same goes for these AAA games. So, main point, don't sell your games while you're in high school, or, college maybe. It really depends on your situation. But focus more on making your games good and creating original concepts. And again, my last video was about money or creating a game that's original. So making a game that's generic or adding your own twist. I still support that. Go make something different, and it's okay when you're first starting to create generic games. I have hundreds of games. Most of them are very generic. That's just because that's how I taught myself. I tried to recreate simple games, and I was proud of that. And I believe that that's a great way to go. Learning how to make other games first and taking them apart is a really good way to learn yourself. Yeah, and something else to think about is that a very small percentage of indie developers make it big or make a lot of sales. Games like Crossy Road, Angry Birds is an exception, sort of, like Mr. Jump. Those developers don't really know when their games are going to be a huge hit. And it's a very small percentage that do. If you look how many games are on the App Store, a lot of them are not made by the same people. So it's a very small percentage. A lot of it comes down to luck, skill, and timing. Those are very important. For example, Notch, as you may know him, the guy who made Minecraft. It was either an interview or he was talking to one of my friends. He said that Minecraft's success, a good bit of it was because of timing. And I believe that's very true. If Minecraft came out now, it probably would be popular, but there may be some other building game out there. Maybe like something like Space Engineers probably would have been out. Obviously, a lot of them are inspired by Minecraft. Some of the other developers would have came along and made something like Minecraft. So, he's a skilled programmer, but it's you never really know when something's going to go viral. So, in summary, practice, get good at it first. Don't worry about selling your games. I know everybody wants to make money and everybody wants to be financially successful, but that's not what game development is about, and it shouldn't be about. A lot of publishers do it for the money. Unfortunately, that's just the way the world works. That's the way the industry works. But try and get good at it. Find what works best for you and make yourself stand out. Because if you're learning and somebody else is just trying to make some money, they're not really getting really good at it, you're going to go farther. So stick to it. Keep that ambition, that dedication, super important. Keep practicing. You will get sick of it after a while, but keep coming back to it. It pays off in the end, because when you release a game and you get that feedback, what's the worst that somebody could say? It's a bad game. Okay. I want to know how I can make it better. So I leave you with that thought. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I hope you found this helpful. That's just my opinion on the subject, and I hope that you guys are practicing and getting good at making games. If you haven't tried game development before and you happen to be watching this video, I encourage you to experiment it. There's a lot of free game development software out there. It's a lot of fun. Digital interactive entertainment is a very fun industry to work in. Lots of cool people. All right. Thanks, guys. I will see you next time.